Pincus here, National Shooting Sports Month. As you can tell, I'm back up here on my property at the homestead, not at the office range or any formal range. And today we're going to talk about the fact that air guns are people too, or air guns are guns too, or shooting air guns is part of National Shooting Sports Month. It's a shooting sport, it's a very serious shooting sport, and these things have come a long way. Since the, obviously the Red Ryder kind of being the classic old .177 caliber air gun, pump the lever action, got a lever action here, we're going to talk about that in a minute. To the fore-end pump was the one I grew up with, that Daisy, I forget the model number, that one hasn't survived. Some people use CO2 guns. I had some CO2 pistols, but I was more into the pump. I wanted to pump it up, get as many pumps as I could into that BB gun. And now I've graduated as an adult to the Pre-Charged Pneumatic Airguns. I mean, these things are incredibly powerful. You can go out and Google and search and see some of the videos I've done with Air Venturi and Pyramid Air. This is the Avenge-X model. It uses a 25 caliber pellet in this configuration. There are other calibers available. Lots of different pellets available. This one is a 33.5 grain. This one is a 24 something grain. What is that? 25.4 grains. And then, of course, we got the 177 caliber BBs that we're all familiar with as well. Not only do you have these like super high-end, incredibly like tunable, extended range. I've shot this thing out to several hundred yards out at the Whittington Center. I've seen guys shoot out at 2,000 plus yards. Ton Jones, I think, sent the record.
Yes. Over 2,000 yards. It's transonic.
New mark on steel.
Holy shit!
Yeah!
Holy shit!
Yeah! Okay, for those that want to see
a very much more powerful, even more powerful pre-charged pneumatic gun out there at the Whittington Center during the Ballistic Summit a couple years ago. Maybe that record's been broken by now, but that was pretty cool to see. There are 50 caliber air guns out there. The air guns capable of hunting deer and capable, they say, of hunting any large game now with the pre-charged pneumatics. And these things are not CO2, they're not hand pumped, not even bicycle pumped. You can actually get a compressor that'll pump these things up to, I think this one's good for 3,500 PSI. That's pretty impressive. You can do the math, you can do the research. Trust me, it's lots of FPSs. These things are flying out there at. And one of the cool things, I don't have it here today because, again, this is kind of an improvised decision to do this for National Shooting Sports Month. Tyler Patner, who along with Ton Jones are kind of like my air gun gurus, he just came in second place in the world. I just saw a post about that. Really cool. That kind of inspired me to remind people that air gun sports are shooting sports as well. You can see this one is fitted for I believe it's called a moderator. It's definitely not a suppressor, but air guns you can buy moderators for that are not interchangeable with regular center fire type firearms, real, powder, primer, those kind of firearms. With air guns, you can get these without any special permits, taxes, paperwork, anything else. Unfortunately, mine for this gun is at the office. Maybe I'll insert picture here of what that looks like. You can, again, this is magazine fed, or you can hand load these. This one is already hand loaded. I've got my target out there, my dual spinner, adjustable stock here. I'm gonna flip that, and let's see what we got on the spinner. Get settled here. And we get hit on target. Shooting steel is just as satisfying, I think. This is an old Crossman. Now this one was made, this is a Crossman 99. Quick Google, this was a hand-me-down from Michigan, from a grandfather up there. And quick Google on this says it was made in the 1960s. I think they stopped making this in the 1970s. This one uses 22 caliber pellets. These are 22 caliber pointed pellets. I can only assume that this sat up at the lake house. Maybe there was a pesky muskrat or squirrel. This would have taken care of it. Maybe a possum, maybe something like that as well. Let's see what happens if we do that and I work the lever action. You know what else? Let me go ahead and this one is a little less powerful, and I don't know, I'm 20 yards away, but you never know, it might bounce back. Might want to come get me. Get rid of that on there. So remember to do our safety here. Let's see how well Grandpa has this thing tuned up. Ooh, went a little low. All right, so we're gonna pop that open, and I think that I can get multiple rounds into this little, it's almost like a tube, but I don't want to mess with that right now. So from the classic, you know, we started with the latest, greatest supercharger. We got the classic, but here's another cool thing about air guns, and that is replicas. And when I say replicas, not just replicas like replicas, but like endorsed, right? You can see this says Springfield Armory on it, right? This is the model 1911-A1 caliber 45, but it's not caliber 45, it's caliber .177. Safety, magazine release, right? The whole deal, crisp trigger. You could get some training value out of using something like this. Now, you're not gonna get any recoil, but as far as the manual of arms, as far as teaching someone how to use a 1911, there's no reason that you wouldn't be able to get a lot of good work done. Obviously, when the safety's off, the slide moves as well. We can lock the slide open. Again, we can pull the magazine out. That's where the CO2 cartridge is. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. Safety, again, that lets us replicate what it would be like to run an actual 1911 for pennies, and obviously safer, and in an environment like this where I may not want to be chasing the deer away by doing live fire, right? Archery season's right around the corner. And then this is my favorite air gun replica in my collection. It is actually marked H&K, as you can probably see somewhere out here. Where is it? Oop, there it is. HK MP5K. And I can also do the slap and get on the targets with that classic HK sight and classic HK horrible safety. But still, it's an MP5K. And maybe where you are, you're never going to be able to own an MP5K or even a clone that is a 9mm version. So you're going to go find this one. This clone, actually endorsed by HK. Parts are realistic. I think even some aftermarket parts go onto this. Obviously, this is going to fit in any kind of 1911 holster. You probably could put other 1911 grip panels on there. Maybe you could change out some other parts as well if you wanted to, just to have a hyper realistic replica. So again, air guns are guns to National Shooting Sports Month. Are you into air guns? Everybody I know who's a gun person has a BB gun story, or they maybe started with a BB gun, at least if they grew up with guns. Now, if you came to guns as an adult, maybe you didn't have any experience with air guns, in which case I would suggest you jump right up here to the big boys and look into a Pre-Charged Pneumatic, PCP Airgun. Pyramid Air is a great place to start. This one is made by Air Venturi. Check it out. Go find something new to do. And again, pennies on the dollar, ammo shortages aren't a thing. There are PCPs that you can pump with a bicycle pump. You don't need the compressor. But again, I find the compressor to be pretty reasonably priced when you, especially if you look at amortizing that cost over thousands of shots with a high quality gun. And again, these things are no joke. You can hit small targets out at hundreds of yards. You can also go hunting with them, which is really cool. I think Iraq Vet 888888. I think Eric, he has done a bunch of hunting videos with these things, as have other YouTubers. You can check that out. Again, if you want to see some high-level competition shooting, demonstration shooting type stuff, Ton Jones, Tyler Patner. I don't shoot air guns enough. So thanks to Tyler for coming in second, representing the U.S. and reminding me to pull these out. And thanks to National Shooting Sports Month for giving me the excuse and the inspiration. Go shoot. Okay, your safety's off when you're ready. Nailed it.
Oh, I actually got it.
I
Wait,
know.
did I?
Yeah.
Put it on safety.
Safety's on. You can go check it. There you go. Go ahead.
I got it.
Good job.